everybody. This is Jeff Veale, the business guru, and today I've got an extremely, out of 300 podcasts, guys, this is one of my most interesting guests. She's a wonderful, wonderful woman, and you'll see why shortly, and you'll see why you should learn and listen from this very learned woman. She's got an unusual name. I've got to get it right. I've been practicing for about 15 minutes. Her name is Helene Bertrand, and she's the MD, and her company name is MaryHelene Enterprises. In industry, healthcare. Been doing this, guys, for, can't believe it, can you? 55 years. How can a woman who looks 55 be doing this for 55 years, you're going to ask me? Well, she's going to tell you shortly. Brief description. I take care of people in pain through corrective exercises, homemade orthotics, orthotics, she'll tell you about the right way to pronounce that, and through the use of highly effective, all-natural, quick-acting pain-relieving cream. She's got a wonderful cream out, guys, and she's going to check it out. She's going to tell you all about it. You'll tell you the website, where to find it. I also teach pain-relieving course. Key achievements, book published, low back pain, 3 steps to relief in 2 minutes. Personal motto, so true. Every cloud is a silver lining. So look at that. Look at the positive side of life, guys. Not flip the coin, not the negative side. Interesting fact, I graduated from McGill Medical School in 65 when I was 22 years old, the youngest in my class. And might I add, she's probably the smartest as well. My great pleasure to welcome to the stage, Helene. How are you today, my friend?
Well, thank you very much for the great introduction, Jeff. And
You're most welcome. Tell us about your journey. What has inspired you all those years ago to, at a young age of 22, to know what you wanted to do? How did it all start?
well, I have to say that I started when I was much younger. I started reading when I was 5, and I loved to read. And my father used to send me up to my room when he punished me. And boy, that wasn't a punishment. I was having so much fun because I was reading.
Blanket with a torch, like I used to be. I was under the blanket with a torch. They told me to go to bed. I had a torch under the blanket.
And my dad was a brain surgeon, and when I was 10, he realized that he wasn't punishing me. He was he was sending me to my room so I could read. So he took away all my books and put them down in the basement, and all I had in my room were his medical books, his his journals and his textbooks and so on. And so when he sent me to my room, I started reading his medical.
Unbelievable. What a journey, my friend. What a journey. Isn't it funny how life's got such good twists, huh? You know,
When I was 17, I was in first year medical school, and so I enjoyed learning, but it was very easy for me because I'd read so much about medicine even before I started.
you understood the body, and you knew what made it work, and blood and this, that, and the other, right from the get-go, right? And you're probably, by nature, you was probably asking why.
In fact, even when I was in medical school, I was thinking up research projects.
Yes, yes. That's the key to learning. Ask questions. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work, and how have you overcome that?
The most challenging aspect of my work is that when I was pregnant with my first child, I started getting low back pain. And I essentially had 37 years of low back pain. And the reason, and can you imagine going to work when your back is hurting
Yeah.
and you've got to examine your patients and you've got to
It's
look.
debilitating, isn't it? Some days, you probably don't feel like getting out of bed.
Well, sometimes I couldn't get out of bed.
Wow.
So anyway, and all the treatments were failing me. There was nothing that was working. And my back pain was called non-specific, which means
They
we
got no
don't.
idea.
And then I realized that my pain was not coming from my lumbar spine, which is easy to see with X-rays and CT scans and so on. It was coming from my pelvic bones. And think about it. Your pelvic bones are huge and they're carrying the whole weight of your upper body. They're carrying your head, your shoulders, your
The whole
arms,
lot. Yeah.
your fingers, everything. And that weight is pushing them away from the sacrum in the back where they attach. And because of that, those joints between the pelvic bones and the sacrum, they're called the sacroiliac joints. Those joints are the most stressed joints in your body.
For obvious reasons. They're carrying all that weight around.
Absolutely. And then not only that, but your hip joints are inside your pelvic bones. So every step you take jolts that joint. And so that joint is your body's shock absorber. And because it's a shock absorber, it's instead of being smooth like every other joint, it's full of bumps and hollows to absorb the shock of every step you take. And because of that, it's invisible to X-rays, scans, MRIs, ultrasounds. It's totally invisible. And because of that, the pain that comes from there is non-specific because people no longer examine their patients. They don't put their fingers where it hurts.
They just listen and say, take a pill and come back next month.
Exactly. And so I put my fingers where it hurt, and there's two little bumps there that everybody can feel. If you put your hands in your back, and you'll feel the two little bumps that are essentially where your pelvic bones, the top of your pelvic bone ends. And if you feel those bumps and there's pain underneath those two bumps, or one of the two, then you know that bone is displaced. And if the bump is higher, then you know the bone is tilted forward. And if the bump is lower, the bone is tilted backwards. And then the treatment is obvious.
Tell me, is this something a chiropractor would look at?
Yes, and chiropractors know all about it, but they don't tell their patients
Because it's too easy. Right.
how to fix it very quickly and very easily. And I like to tell my patients how to fix themselves. And so I give them this 2-minute exercise, and 90% of them get up from the exercise with zero pain because they've put their pelvic bones back where they belong.
Yeah, your body talks to you guys. You should be listening. If your body's talking, listening. You know, if you're 20 or 30 kilos overweight, and then you think about it, I used to tell my friends, imagine my friend, because he's overweight, big belly, right? I say, imagine my friend, what I want you to do tomorrow, do me a favor. I want you to grab a 12-kilo bowling ball, a typical bowling ball, and I want you to walk around with it all day and see how tired you feel. He goes, what do you mean? I said, well, that's what you're doing at the moment. You're walking around with this pretty big bowling ball.
Not just how tired they feel, but how their bones are being pushed aside
Right.
by the weight that they're carrying or the fat that they're carrying.
You're
It's pushed away from those joints and displace the joints.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to fix them.
Yes.
So, but you have to know how to fix them. And I think those who have low back pain should get a hold of the book I've written.
Yeah,
And
low back pain. Three steps to relief in 2 minutes. There it is, guys. There's a challenge for you. If you've had chronic pain or any pain, you know, it's a small investment, right? And then read the book and act on it, guys. In fact, you can even reach out to Helene, you know, and have a chat to her. Find out about this guy. She's got some amazing products that can help you. And when I'm 77, guys, some of these products, they're life-changing. You don't have to go through life in all this bloody pain. You don't think, oh, nothing I can do about it. There's always something you can do, right? Keep looking for a solution. Never, never give up. That's one of my strong mottos in life. Never, never give up. And use common sense, guys. I was telling Helene, I got these dark toes from my shoes, and I went to a dermatologist, and from 20 feet away, without putting gloves on, without touching me, he said, oh, it looks like you've got a fungal infection. And I walked out of there very disillusioned. I paid a fortune for the consultation. The woman never came anywhere near me, right? She's telling me what the treatment is. So I dismissed that one and went somewhere else where they did give a shit and they paid attention. Yeah, big difference, right? Anyway, don't get me started on my hobby horse. Helene, tell us an important moment in your career that changed your direction. Tell us about this wonderful husband of yours and how you changed your direction.
Well, I met him skiing and we were going up the T-bar and he was talking about the politics of New Zealand. And that was like 39 years ago. And I was just so blown away by the originality of his ideas that I decided I have to get to know this guy.
Yeah,
And he was going to ski in the powder, and I said, "Oh, can I go with you?"
yeah, amazing. Yeah,
And that was the best thing that ever happened to me.
there you go.
But
How old is your husband, Helena?
he's 91.
91, guys, and still going strong, just like Helena herself. Amazing, amazing. What an amazing power couple, right? You know, doing good and leaving a legacy on the world. You know, well done, my friend. Well, very, very well done. Um,
The
tell me,
way,
go
yeah,
ahead, go ahead.
what to me is like I want people to know how to relieve their own pain.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the message. That's what we're here for, guys, to get the message out there. And you can help. You can help by sharing this podcast with people and buying the book and giving it to people you care about, guys. You know, buy the book.
I'm also preparing a course,
Oh, like
uh, and
wow.
if
A webinar. I like it. I like it. Look at that guy. Look at that down the bottom, guys. QRcream.com. See, there it is there, guys. QRcream. Have a look, guys. Learn. Take 5 minutes. Get off Netflix for 5 minutes of your life, right? And learn about the
and
real world.
well, this is the cream that I've created. I was injecting
Good job.
people
I
around,
love the packaging. Beautiful. Beautiful.
I was injecting people around nerves with this totally natural substance. It's called mannitol. Every plant and every mushroom has mannitol because it kills bacteria and it's an antioxidant. I was
Nice.
injecting was injecting people around nerves with that, nerves that went to painful areas. And even before the needle was out of the skin, the pain was gone. And this pharmacist was looking at me and she said, I've never seen pain go away so fast and so completely. But she said, people don't like injections. Why don't we make it into a cream? I said, sure, let's make it into a cream. Well, we had to try 16 different base creams before we found one that allowed the mannitol to penetrate through the skin and to reach the nerves. And so then I started investigating it and trying it on patients, everything for everything, migraine headaches to painful neck to painful feet to arthritis in the fingers, whatever. And it was working amazingly well. In fact, the average pain relief was 53%. Okay, it's not 100%. By
Sure.
the way, but the thing is that the average pain relief for a narcotic is 36%.
There you
The
go.
average pain relief for Advil or Voltaren or
Yeah.
naproxen
Yeah.
is 23%. And
Yeah.
the average pain relief for acetaminophen, Tylenol, is 13%.
Yeah. No, not
So,
only that, you take too much of that stuff, guys. It's not good for your body, your kidneys, etc.
and this is totally safe, and
Yeah.
the pain relief is 53%.
Yeah.
So I think it's very good. I'm giving a course. This course will be teaching you exactly how to use the cream to obtain the maximum relief. And
There's the challenge for you.
but I'm not just teaching them how to use the cream. I'm teaching them how to make their own orthotics out of Kleenex and duct tape. I'm teaching them how to do all kinds of things that will relieve their pain. And of course, I'm teaching them how to get rid of low back pain in 2 minutes.
In your
So
opinion, Elena, What have been the key qualities or skills that have contributed to your amazing success? What do you believe they are?
I think outside the box.
Nice. Like you're making a circle. Yeah.
There's two kinds of doctors. There's the cooks and there's the chefs. And
I like that.
the cooks know their recipes and don't teach me anything else. I know.
Yeah.
Whereas the chefs say, I wonder how we could improve on this.
Yeah. Add salt. Take out the sugar, whatever. Yeah, I get it.
And and because they're chefs, they have all these new ideas on how to use different things and try different things. And very often it makes a huge difference.
Change.
That's what I've done all my life. I've invented all kinds of things
Yeah,
because
you go ahead. You've got wonderful integrity and empathy, I might add. You're a great listener as well, which is also important, isn't it?
well, I just love fixing people. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I, like I used to, doctors would send me their hopeless pain cases because that's all I did for the last
Yeah.
12 years of my practice is I would treat these hopeless pain cases, and 80% left my practice with no pain. And
Wow.
the reason is that instead of using everything what everybody else does, I was thinking, I wonder what else we could do. It's like solving puzzles, and for me, that was a lot of fun.
Think about it, guys. This can change lives. People have had pain, for tens of years, right? So it can change lives. It can change someone you love. Just reach out to them to find out. Tell me, how do you? It's quite obvious. How do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field? You don't need motivation. You're a natural.
But just the thing is that okay, I'm no longer licensed to practice medicine. I gave up my license when I was 77 and a half
Uh-huh.
because it was that was long enough and it was COVID. And I thought if I catch this
About
thing,
enough.
it's
Yeah.
not going to be good. So I gave up my license. But I meet people all the time who have pain.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely. Many of them.
I invent new ways right then on the trail when I'm going on my 10,000-foot walk every day. Right then on the trail, I meet people, and
Imagine
if
that,
they're
guys.
listening,
10,000 steps every day. It's a challenge for you guys. I challenge any of you to do 10,000 steps one day, let alone every day. Some of you can't do 10,000 steps a week. Get out there, guys. Exercise is a great medicine, and it's free. It's free. You know,
so when I meet somebody on the trail that looks like they're in pain, I'll ask them, where they're hurting, and then I'll give them a solution for their pain. It's
Fantastic. You're an amazing woman. And guys, a quick one for you two, Elena. Go on ChatGPT. If you get bored with your walk, guys, there's 10,000 steps. Go on ChatGPT, give it your address, and say, give me 5 alternate ways I can go and still get in my 10,000 steps. And it'll blow your mind. That's what I do. I go different walks all the time because of ChatGPT, and I find, oh, down the road there's a river. I never saw. I've been living here for 5 years, never knew there's even a river down there because I went a different direction. So that's the there it is, guys. Get out there and experiment. No excuses. ChatGPT is your friend. Um, Tell us about a recent project or achievement amongst your many that you're particularly proud of, Elena.
a recent achievement that I'm particularly
Just
proud of.
just any of your achievements that you're particularly proud of. The book's pretty amazing. What else are you proud of?
Well, I'm proud of getting the cream on the market because I'm certainly not a marketer.
No, but you've done a good. Whoever advised you, the box is fantastic. I am a marketer. The book's great. I like the size of the book, the color of the book, and I love the packaging on the cream. It's awesome. It stands out. It's awesome.
Yeah, and well, the thing is that before when I graduated from college when I was 17, I had I had a scholarship for art school, so
Wow. Yeah.
and both my kids are artists, so I
Fantastic.
guess that's where I get the,
Tell me,
uh,
how old were you when you finally tied the knot when you got married, Helena? How old were you?
when I got married for the first time, I was 19. That was a
19.
big,
Yeah, but
it
that was your practice run.
was a major mistake. Like the
Young,
guy,
young and silly. Yeah.
like I'm very cheerful, and the guy was suffering from anxiety and depression, and
Right.
so
Okay. Yeah.
he,
Drag you
he
down.
he couldn't stand seeing a cheerful person all the time.
How long did that one last for?
It lasted 26 years because I
Oh,
was Roman.
you're a tolerant woman. You're a tolerant woman.
Well, I was Roman Catholic, and
Yes, yes. You let the religion control you. Yeah.
you can't have another spouse. And so when I decided to leave this particular husband,
Yeah.
I gave up my Roman Catholic religion, and I've never regretted it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. That's the trouble with the Philippines. They're all controlled by religion. It's got a lot.
Yeah.
Religion's got a lot to answer for, guys. A lot. Don't get me started on that subject. That's another one. I'm an atheist, and I'm proud of that. But each to their own, guys. You might believe in Buddha or Ali or Jesus Christ. Good on you. Follow what you believe. That's my motto. Live and let live. Um, what advice would you give a 20-year-old version of you, one of your nieces or when you're a daughter? Someone tells you, Elena, I'm just finished university, whatever. What should I do with myself? What would you tell them?
What is it that you love most in
Yes,
doing and learning? Because that's what you should be doing.
it's your
Like,
passion. Yeah. Then you won't be
follow,
working. Your passion.
exactly. Follow your passion.
Yeah,
And if there's nothing in particular that you like doing, then um, keep exploring until you find something that's
that's
really
move around, move around. I'd say travel, and I'd say get a mentor. Get a mentor, guys. Someone like that, they can shave 5, 10, or more years off your journey. Get a mentor. Why do the top sports people have coaches? You ask yourself, why do they have coaches? Because they want to be better. Do you want to be better? Reach out to people like Helena and you will be better, right? And figuratively as well, because if you've got pain, here's a woman who can help you. No excuses, guys. No excuses, right? Um, Looking ahead, you're at base camp at your young age, Helena. You're still at base camp. You're climbing that mountain. What are your goals and aspirations for the future?
well, I want the whole world to know how to relieve their own pain
That's pretty cool.
because
Pretty cool.
and that's what I want to leave behind.
Yeah, no,
You
a
know,
legacy. Yeah, a legacy.
when I die, I want to people to know that
Yeah,
they don't need all kinds of outside help to relieve their pain.
yeah.
They do it themselves. I've actually prepared a free webinar, and if people want to have a copy of the webinar, all they have to do is sign up for it, and they'll get it.
Lovely. Pretty easy,
And
guys. Pretty easy. And all of Lena's links are going to be everywhere. We're going to put them on Quora, Reddit, LinkedIn, and of course Facebook, our Facebook group. But more importantly, on YouTube, with this whole interview, made a little mini movie with all her social media links. You got no excuse not for buying the book or reaching out. Here's an opportunity. If you've had pain or know someone else with chronic pain, spread the word, guys. Get it out there. Help Helena and help yourself. More importantly, help yourself. Right. Before our listeners want to reach out and find out more about you, Helena, what is your preferred method? What's the best way?
well, right now I've got a website, and you can go to the website just by going to nopain.ca.
There you go, guys. It's pretty easy. Nopain.ca. Got it, guys? No pain. You know what they say, guys? No pain, no gain. So here it is. Go to that website, guys, and check it out.
There's also the QR Cream website.
Yeah.
Um, which which you will see right at the bottom
Don't tell
here.
me she's not a mark. She's the best mark I've ever seen. She's fantastic. QRCream.com. Fantastic. Who taught you all that stuff, Alina? That's better than me. I'm going to
The
get myself a clipboard.
man who made this also made me all 1,000 cards,
Yeah,
calling cards.
yeah,
And essentially, when he saw the subject of the card, because I was advertising the cream and
yeah,
I was advertising the book on the
yeah.
calling card, when he saw that, he said, "Oh my God, I've had years of low back pain." I said, "Oh, let's have a look at your back." And sure enough, his pelvic bones were displaced. So he did the 2-minute exercise. He gets up from the exercise. He walks over to a chair, sits down, stands up, and he says, "This is the first time in 6 years that I've been able to do this with no pain at all." And so when I came to get the calling cards, he hands me the box. And I said, "Well, how much do I owe you?" He says, "Do you know how much money you've saved me and chiropractors and physiotherapists?"
Yes.
He said, "This doesn't seem to pay for all the money you've saved me." And so
What a great story.
he gave me a
Helena,
thousand.
tell our audience how old you are.
I'm 82.
Look at this amazing woman, guys. 82, right? So what's your excuse, guys? I'm 77, and both of us, we're living the dream. And you too can live the dream, and you can live the dream pain-free. So
Yeah.
that's today's challenge. Live the dream pain. You don't need to. What's the point of living the dream with pain? And that's not living the dream. That's living the nightmare. So, guys, reach out to this wonderful woman. Alina, before we wrap it up, I know a lot about you now because you and I've had a good chat. But tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people do not know.
Fun fact about myself.
Yeah,
I can tell you I had 37 years of low back pain and and now I'm entirely 100% pain-free everywhere in my
there you
body.
go, guys. So see, had a problem and she worked at it and found it like Kentucky Fried Chicken with all those years of trying to sell chicken. She worked at the problem and she found the solution, guys. And the solution is as close as your hands, as close as that website, guys. And I'll be putting those details in the chat. If you want your 15 minutes of fame, please come on the show. We meet people from all over the world, all walks of life. It's very interesting and we learn something new every day, and so can you. Any last words before we wrap it up, please, Helena?
Well, thank you for having me over, Jeff. I really appreciated and enjoyed our visit.
No
And
trouble at all. It's been a pleasure, my friends. Pleasure.